Today, I wanted to talk about the importance of actually being in the room where it happens. So, if you think about Alexander Hamilton and how Aaron Burr wanted to be in the room where it happened, think about that career wise. And also, just as you want to grow as a person, make sure you are associated with people who are in the room where it happens so that you can get exposure to what you need to be successful. Hi, I'm Barika from Simply Unique Coaching, and I have over 15 years of leadership experience. And I help leaders develop the skills that they need to be successful to have the teams that like working for them and enjoy working with each other. And in today's video, I want to talk about something that I have noticed as a growth thing in myself, but I've also noticed it as an opportunity for other people. So I'm doing a lot of things. I work full time in my business, and I also do some other things outside of my business, but I am a full-time entrepreneur and investor. And one of the things that I notice is that there is very much a different mindset when it comes to who you are around and your exposure. So I'm going to say that if you are in a place where you know I'm in this location, but I want to go here or I want to go there, you have to have exposure to those things because sometimes we can actually hit a limit if we don't get exposed to something else. So let's say in your finances, you say, okay, I want to have this particular job that pays, 100K a year. And so let's say you're currently at a job that makes 50K a year. Okay, well, you need to find the skill sets that are required to get to that 100K job. So that's something where you had to get exposure to be able to move from 50K to 100K. Now, let's say you get to that 100K and you're like, oh, I realize I need to actually save money. That's something else where you need to have exposure because there are multiple ways to save money. And what may work for one person may not work for another person. So let's say that now that you've made your 100K and you're like, okay, now how can I keep my money? So you're looking at different ways and avenues that you can use. So you might have to do some research to find out different ways to be able to keep your money and vehicles you can use. There's a lot that goes into it, but you can only know that by having exposure. And some of you may say, oh, well, it doesn't take a lot to know about savings. If you want to be able to save and have it make certain interest rates for you, yes, you need to know some things. You need to know different instruments. How long are you saving for? What do you want to get out of the returns? If you just think, oh, I just will put it in my credit union, or I'll just put it in a bank, or I just do this, or I just do that. You can only go as far as you know, but there's a lot, there's a lot out there. And so the more that you know, the better. So anyway, but even from there, let's say that you say, okay, well, I want to save some, but I want to have some of my money working overnight for me. I want to turn over in my sleep and my money's making money. Then that's another skill set where you have to have exposure. Like, what are the type of investments that are available? What is your risk tolerance? How much risk are you willing to take on as a person? And so there are a lot of different things that we need to think about. So I'm talking about it in the perspective of money, but I'm also talking about it from the perspective of career, because in your career, you can only go as far as you know. And typically you can only go as far as the leader above you. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about. Typically, you can only rise to the level of the person in front of you, or at least the highest level that you've been exposed to. Now, there are some times when you might have a skill set that will just help elevate you to a certain level. But then after a certain point, if you don't continue to grow or continue to think about different ways to grow, then you will plateau. It is just a simple fact. So the only way that we can continue to grow is by having exposure. So even though I have been to college like 3 times, and I always say that I've completed all 3 of my programs. So it's not like I, went and quit and went and quit. No, no, no. Every program that I went for, I completed, and everything that I kind of put my hands to, I try to make sure that I finish it. But I say that to say I'm a lifelong learner. And even to this day, I just took a new training about 2 weeks ago. And then I took another training on some other things because I'm looking at some things in my business that I want to do. And so I'm like, okay, well, I have expertise in leadership and in teaching people leadership, but there's some things in my business that I'm like, I want to learn how to do that better. I need to learn more about that. So I took some courses and I've signed up for some courses for that. So I say it's important to be in the room where it happens, because I think that I'm seeing a lot of people, they have these ideas, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to have dreams, but you have to have a plan. Like, having a dream without a plan is like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So you have to put some legs to it, or at least have an idea of what you want to do. And then you start looking for, like, what are the opportunities around me so that I can continue to grow and move towards my goal. So I'm just saying that to say that to encourage you. I hope that you have an open mind, and I hope that you are a person that is willing to find out what you need to do in order to be successful and to maintain success and to continue to grow. And success can look different from everyone. Sometimes for someone, success could be like, hey, I want to be home when my kids get out of school. That can be success for that person. Another person can say, hey, I want to get to this particular level in my career. That's success for them. Somebody else may say, hey, I want to make a certain amount of money by a certain amount of time. That can also be success. So everyone has to define success for themselves. That's what makes us unique, simply unique, right? Because I remember and I keep in mind that everyone is different. And so I want you to remember that you're awesome. And I want you to be the best that you can be. And just make sure that you keep an open mind and you continue to grow. And if you're on YouTube, you probably are a person that is interested in learning and growing. And that is amazing. So keep doing that. All right, guys, with that being said, make it a great day. And also, sometimes being in the room where it happens actually means interacting with people who are actually in the room where it happens. So I hope that you decide to connect with some people that can help you go further in your career or in your life's journey. All right, guys, with that being said, make it a great day. Take care.